dreams, but your hour made us leaders, the design's divine. So we building up the fam, one brick at a time. Strong minds build kingdoms, no cracks in the throne. Wise man stands firm, even when he's alone. They hate to see us rise, but the fire's in my soul, dominating the world. Yeah, I will set the goal. Blood of kings in my veins, unshakable force. Guided by the scriptures, I'm staying the course. Without strong men, no family can thrive. We the backbone of the world, keeping hope alive.
November 1st is almost here, fellas. The price of pussy about to go down, motherfucker. The price of pussy is going down. You bitches can't sell y'all food stamps no more to get y'all hair done and get them fake ass eyelashes, bitch. You gonna have to come back to old natural now, bitch. It's gonna be a lot of you bitches looking raggedy now, bitch. Huh? Fellas, you remember you used to pay for that pussy, not no more. All you gotta do is get a bag full of cheeseburgers now. Them bitches, the motherfuckers hungry. They hungry. Shit about to get crazy out here. Motherfuckers about to start scrambling. You see them.
We will talk about today. It's quite embarrassing. And by the way, for anyone watching this, we do not condone this. We do not support this at all. We reject that notion that our women should sell their body parts for food stamp. You know, this is deeply embarrassing for any people, for you having men saying those things, and we will show you why. Something revealing and suspicious in the past weeks. Videos and posts have gone viral showing black men laughing at our women for suffering, mocking sisters who said they might sell their bodies or beg for food now that food stamps are being cut due to government shutdown. This isn't just mockery; it's a deadly symptoms of a people whose hearts have turned cold. It's the spiritual death of manhood. In America alone, millions of single mothers rely on assistance to feed their children. When that help stop, the pain and desperation hits our community. First, right? According to a 2024 data, over 40% of black households with children are headed by single women, meaning our women and children are the ones who suffer first in crisis. So it's saying more than 40% of black households with children are headed by single women. So that means that food stamp really will do a number on us. This is not new. Since slavery, our families have been broken, our women left vulnerable, and our men disconnected from responsibility. The cycle continues because we laugh instead of lead. Let's take a good example. When Hurricane Katrina struck in 2005, it was black women and children crying for help on rooftops while men felt powerless or absent. We've tried blaming the system, feminism, and politics, but we've rarely looked in the mirror and said we failed to protect our home. We failed to protect our women. We failed to protect our children and our community. Now, when we look in Isaiah 58 verse 1, it says, "Cry loud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgression, and the house of Jacob their sins." Who's the house of Jacob? Your so-called Negroes, so-called descendants of natives, and our people suffering the curses of Deuteronomy everywhere in the world. So we are the house of Israel. But unfortunately, we are a broken nation. Men were created to be protectors, providers, and priests to their household and nation. When we fail in these roles, our entire community suffer. My brother, get me Ephesians 5 verse 23. Ephesians 5 verse 23.
All right.
verse 23. For the husband is head of the wife, even as Christ is the head of the church, and he is Savior of the body.
Right. So the husband is the head of the wife. So the Most High created the man to be the head of the woman. Also, get me 1 Corinthians 11:3, my brother.
But what have you know that the head of every man is Christ, and head of most, and the head of the woman is a man, and head of Christ is God.
Right. So the biblical structure is that the head of the woman is the man. So we are the head. We are the leaders. When the leader fell, when the women fell, we look bad. A lot of you think it's a glory to you that the black woman is suffering and their children won't be able to eat. That's glory to black men. No. When black women suffer, the first people they look at these useless black men. Right? That's what they look at. Okay? But most of us, we mocking at our own demise. Get me Luke 11 verse 21. Because a lot of you may also say, this is not my problem. That's their problem. Well, let's see that. Luke 11 verse 21. Because a lot of you may say it's the system, blaming white people, blaming slavery, blaming how women are these days. But the truth is, we failed our women. We failed our children. So there's nothing to glory about. Luke 11, brother. Verse 21.
Luke 11, verse 21. When a strong man's arm keeping his place, his goods are in peace.
Read on.
But when a stronger, then he shall come upon him and overcome him, and he taketh from him all his armor, wherein he trusted, and divided his spoils.
You see that? So a lot of us, why I pull that scripture is to show, a lot of us may say, well, it's the women's fault. Well, it's slavery fault. Well, it's the white man's fault. But the Bible says, when a strong man armed keep his palace, his goods are in peace. It doesn't say strong woman. It says a strong man. So it's the job of the men to protect. We should have protected black women for them not to even be in slavery. We should have protected them for them not to fall under white men's system. We should have protected them for them not to be on EBT in the first place. So we failed to do the basic job, which is to protect our women. A stronger came and they overcome us and they divide our spoil. Who's the spoil? Our women. Right? Now let's go to the Apocrypha right quick. You have the Apocrypha, my brother?
I use a Bible app.
Yeah, that's fine. Ecclesiasticus or Sirach 36:25. So basically, when a lot of men you mocking black women for what's happening, you should look in the mirror because we failed them. We should have protected them from white people, from Africans, from the nations. Until today, instead of us doing our job, which is being concerned about how we're gonna feed our children, we're mocking them. Now we happy because now they're gonna sell their bodies to us. It's like we're so disconnected from our own blood and flesh and blood now, man. Like we just heartless. These people are our flesh. We come from Jacob. We come from one family. We one people. We want blood. How come we get to a point where we look at our women as strangers? Now we're happy that we'll sell their bodies to us? This is embarrassing. These are our sisters. At the end of the day, those are our sisters. Literally our sisters. Because we come from the same stock. We are the same people. Ecclesiasticus 36:25, brother.
36:25.
Yes, Ecclesiasticus or Sirach 36:25 in the Apocrypha.
Where no as he, there the possession is poor, and he that hath no wife will run up and down mourning.
Read that again. Read that with confidence.
Where no hash is, there the possession is poor, and he that hath no wife will run up and down mourning.
Right. So the Bible say where there's no hedge, what is a hedge? Is a gate. If a land is left without a hedge, without protection, the possession will be spoiled. Goats will go in, animals will go in, people will go in and take and do whatever they want to do. And today, our black women are left without a hedge. Who's the hedge? It was the black man. It's our job to make sure we provide for them. But where's the black man that will stand in these last days and be like, you know what? Let's create a food bank to help our people. White people are already thinking on how to help their own people in case that they can fill themselves with famine. You think they're going to help black women first or their own people first? Their own people first. But what is the black man doing instead of thinking about what can I do for my women? No, they're saying, you know, they're happy they will get some vagina for cheap. This is how weak and how low we are fallen as a people, man. This is embarrassing to the max, man. This is shameful that our men are thinking so carnally and not playing their roles to feed our children. This is quite embarrassing. I can't even express how much I'm appalled by what I'm hearing from black men. This is crazy and ridiculous. When our men are bending their duty, now when we stop doing our job as a people, when we start mocking the weak and the vulnerable, when we stand idle and don't do nothing, the next thing that happens, destruction follows. And that's what happened. A lot of us, we're still waiting for the white men to feed our women, save us from hurricane, save us from war, save us from everything. The black men completely checked out. And we left our children on God and on the white man. This is not possible. We as a community, we need to be able to hold our own. If we need to be truly free from the other nations, we cannot keep begging them for food. Our women shouldn't have been on food stamp. We've been in America for so long, but none of us sit down and do something to create food banks to help our people out. We do understand the persecution about, how, they persecute us if we try to create something. Well, guess what? We have to become wiser. We have to become, the other nations do it. There's no excuses because this is life. It's always a war with the other nations, but you can't stop trying. You cannot stop trying. And you cannot blame the nations for keeping their interest alive. They have their own interests. We have our own interests. We have to fight. The Bible says every man that live on this earth must fight. So there's no question that we're going to give up because the nations will persecute whatever we try to create. We have to keep trying. We have to become wiser. We have to evolve. That's what other nations do. Okay? But when we sit there and mock, destruction follows. Children will grow without fathers. Women will grow bitter and desperate. And communities will fall apart. That's what's going to happen. And that's what's happening because so many men checked out. That's why our women are so bitter, resentful. And that's why they cannot trust us. Because a lot of us really checked out. We treat our women like they're some kind of stranger. And this is why the Most High say we will know the truth will set us free. Because only the truth will remind us that we want people. We are the seed of Jacob. We are the Israelites. We want blood, bro. We cannot treat our sisters the way we treat our women right now. And I remember the story of Dinah in the Bible. Dinah was our sister in a group of pagan nations took her and, one of them sleep with her. And for that alone, Levi and Simeon rise and slew the whole city. We didn't play about our sisters. Now, we look at them like they're some kind of stranger. And when black men are with white women, they don't treat them like that, man. So what a lot of black men are hoping for is that the minute that the black women cannot feed themselves and their children, they're gonna start selling their bodies for cheap for burgers. This is appalling to the max, man. I can't even imagine how far we've fallen as a people, how heartless some men can be. Right? There's an African proverb that say, when there's no enemy within, the enemies outside can do no harm. Let me repeat that. It says, when there's no enemy within, the enemies outside cannot hurt you. They can do you no harm. Our biggest enemy is the inner enemy. The pride, the neglect that destroys us before anything else. We have a lot of our people self-sabotaging, always talking negatively about our people, always showing the bad side of our people. Every nation do crime, but not every nation publish them like we do. Every nation got negative opinion, but not every one of them go online and post it. But our people always got something to say online, man. The minute the white men give them a camera, anything that come to their mind, they feel like spewing it out. Get me the book of Hosea 4 verse 6, my brother. The book of Hosea 4 verse 6.
Steady like a drum, one Kings 2-2, that's where I'm coming from. Be strong, stand tall, let the world understand. Wisdom in my veins, gotta show myself a man. Strong minds build kingdoms, no cracks in the throne. Wise man stands firm, even when he's alone.
Go ahead.
My people are destroyed for the lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I would also reject thee. Thou hast shall be no priest to me. See, thou hast forget the law of thy God. I will also forget thy children.
And that's what happened to us as a people, because we have reject knowledge, and discretion is a form of knowledge, knowing when to be quiet. We talked about this before. A lot of our black men don't have any discretion. They don't feel anything in their heart to go online to speak bad against their own people. And especially in a time like this is not the time for you to go online and talk about, you know, vagina will be cheap because there's no food stamp. Bro, this whole week, that didn't sit right with me. I was sick the whole week. That hurt me so much. I was compelled to make a whole lesson about it. Because I got to talk to my people, man. This is insane, how we think of each other. Because the Bible says my people is dying for lack of knowledge. And women that are selling their bodies for food stamp, they're dying for lack of knowledge. But who's responsible? Who's responsible to teach the women? Who's responsible for them not to prostitute? It's the fathers, believe it or not. The father's the head of the women. Why the women in the house don't have the knowledge? Why they grew up to be prostitute? Why they grew up to be disrespectful toward men? Why they grew up to not be able to keep a husband? It's the father. Oh yeah, the white men came and separated us. How come he did that? You the men, you should have defended them. The ultimate responsibility, I don't care what a man said. Everything that have happened to black women is our responsibility. We failed black women. I don't care what you said. We did not protect them from slavery. We did not protect them from the system. We did not give them food. We do not educate them. So everything fall on you because you are the leader. You are the head. That's why the Most High put you as the head. So when he need to blame somebody, he find you to blame. Yeah, a lot of you want to be the men of the house, but you don't want to take the blame. If your children fail, you are responsible. If your child become a prostitute and become baby mamas, the husband is responsible. The father that procreated that child is responsible. Where's the father? Right? Oh, the mama left me. How did you, as a father, how did you choose that mama? There's so much we can say. Why didn't you choose a woman that was more responsible to procreate with? There's more to say. Oh yeah, we didn't know better. How can you didn't know better? The white man put you in slavery. How can he put you in slavery? We didn't fight. Why didn't you fight? It all come down to one thing. You men failed. Okay, get me Jeremiah 23 verse 1. And let's see that the Bible always blame the head for everything that happens. So we fail black women now. Instead of trying to figure out, man, what can we do to help black women in those 40% household without food, now we mocking them. Now we hoping they can sell their bodies to us as prostitute because they don't have food to eat. This is appalling. I'm out of word. I'm out of speech. I can't say no more than that. Jeremiah 23 verse 1.
Jeremiah, chapter 23, verse 1. Woe be unto the pastors that destroy and scatter the sheep of my pasture, saith the Lord.
Right. The Bible says, woe to the shepherd. Who's the shepherd? The one that lead the sheep. And who's the shepherd is also the leader, the head. So the Bible always begins with the shepherd, with those that lead. So the Bible says, woe to them that lead my people into destruction. So we as men, we led them to destruction. Now we mocking too. But here's the truth. The fell men will blame the system. The righteous man must build a system for his people. The fell men will mock women. The righteous men mentors and protect them. That's what righteous men do. That's what strong men do. And that's the contrast between weak men and strong men. The weak men will chase comfort. The righteous men carries responsibility. And that's what the strong men do. The fell man waits for help. The righteous man becomes the help. Get me 1 Corinthians 16 verse 13, man. 1 Corinthians 16 and 13. Black men, it's time for us to not be no longer weak men. We don't see China, even if they cut food stamp, Chinese people won't be begging. If they call Xi Jinping, he's gonna send billion in help for his people. Because they got a strong backing, they got a strong rock, they got a strong men. But who do we have? Right? We are left vulnerable. In hurricane, white people will help white people, but they don't consider you as top priority, and they're right. Why would they choose you over their own people? Right? But you, when your people are in trouble the most, they need your help. You just out of your mind, bro. Read that out.
1 Corinthians 16 verse 13. Watch ye steadfast in the faith. Quit like you men, be strong.
Right, so the Bible says quit you like men, meaning stand firm like men. Be men and be strong. What does that mean, be men? Take responsibility, be responsible. That's what it means, show yourself a man. Quit you like men and be strong, man. Carry the burden. Carry the burden of your people. Your people is going through hunger and you mocking. And I've yet to see none of you say, brothers, how are we going to come together and create a program to help single women? And a lot of you, I didn't make them single. Yes, you did. We failed our women. Like, we still not going to take responsibility, but we failed the nation. Men failed nations. If you lose war, you fail the nation. If you allow your women to go to captivity, you fail the nation. If you allow your women to become prostitute, you fail the nation. Because education, warfare, providence, all those things fall on the men. So today we can fix our mistakes. We can still fix it by coming together and be like, let's set up places our women can come and children can come and eat. Like Fred Hampton did and create the WIC program, where he feed children and women, and his name's still in our mouth, because that's what true leaders do. See, the Fred Hampton and the Fred Hamptons, they don't mock, they never mocks out women. You know what they do? They protect women, they provide for women. Fred Hampton type of guys, they don't choose comfort, man. They carry burden. Guys like Fred Hampton, again, they don't wait for help. Some white people to help our people. They take actions. We need more Fred Hampton in our community. That step up. But a lot of you are scary kitty cat because you always think white people will do something to you. So that's your excuse for you not to do a damn thing. Only mocking but not doing anything about the situation. Get me John 15 verse 13 out. John 15 verse 13, man. It is high time for black men to start taking responsibility. Okay? No matter what happened, we are responsible. No matter what you tell me, I don't think any black man can convince me that it's not our fault that our women are going through what they're going through today. I don't care what you say. I don't care what the women believe. They shouldn't have believed it if you did a good job. I don't care what they do. They shouldn't have been doing it because if you did a good job. You failed, that's why they failed. All right? So go ahead, 1 John 3 verse 18.
Greater love hath no man than this, that man laid down his life for his friends.
That's right. That's greater love, man. The greatest love is that you lay down your life for your friend and for those of your own people. It's better you die. It's better you die than you see your people suffering. It's better that you die. At least you won't see them being prostituted by other nations. You won't see them being destroyed. It's better we laid our lives down that our people live. You understand? Because when we look in the Maccabees, get me Maccabees, if you have it, and the first Maccabees 3:21. Let's see what our people used to fight for, and this is what we failed, and this is what we lack in these last days, bro. Men without spine, right? This is what our people used to fight for. First Maccabees 3:21.
But we fight for our lives and our law.
Right. So start in verse 20.
They come against us in much pride and in iniquity to destroy us and our wives and children and to spoil us.
Read on.
But we fight for our lives and our laws.
Right. You see that? We used to have honor. So these people come to destroy us with our wives and our children. That's the first things we were thinking about. Our wives and our children. So these people came to destroy us. The Greeks came to destroy us for our wives and our children. And our people, we were few in numbers. But we say, you know what? It's better to die than we see these people come in and rape our wives and take our wives away. This is when black men used to have honor and courage. Yes, those were black men, Israelite men. Right? So you're not going to come and take our wives and spoil our wives in front of us. You're going to have to kill us first. Maybe after that you can do it. At least we're dead. We don't have to see it. Right? So that's when black men used to have some kind of honor. But now we don't care about our wives and our children. The only thing we do is criticize black women. The only thing we do all day, you know, is talk bad about poor choices that they make. They do make poor choices. It's not that we shouldn't talk about it. But if that's the only thing we do, that's just wrong. How you gonna criticize someone but you ain't doing a damn thing about it? So I always say that if you gonna help me, you can criticize me. If you can't help me, be quiet. That's how I look at it. You understand? So we need to get that pride back, that we be reminded that our women is our reflection. When they see our women fail, they look at you as the men. Where's the men? Where's the black men? Because the ultimate responsibility of any nation rests upon the shoulders of strong men, not on the women. Let's move on, guys. There's so much to say. So what should we do now, brothers? We should repent. The first thing we need to do is acknowledge that we have failed as protectors, as providers. Our women shouldn't have been on EBT. Our women shouldn't have been on food stamp. Our women shouldn't have been in America. They shouldn't have been in slavery. You understand? They should have been somewhere safe, living that soft, feminine life that we give them. They shouldn't have been in that situation in the first place. Second thing we have to do, we have to rebuild. We have to create brotherhoods and accountability and leadership. That's what we need to create, right? Number two, we need to be able to provide, come together as a people, share food, wisdom, resources with single mothers and elders, the most vulnerable. We need to be able to do that. And I'm calling out all black organizations, starting with our own organization, that we provide for black women. We provide for single women and with the children. It's not enough to say, God and I love God and I keep the commitments. What are you doing other than that? What about the homeless? What about the black women that are suffering? They have no fathers. What about the elders that are retired but can't eat? So I'm calling on everyone that call on the name of God, on the name of Yahweh, every religious organization, every group, every man. I'm calling on you to come together to help our people. Not only because food stamp cuts, but we need to establish definite solution that our women never have to go beg the white men again. This is what we need, right? We need to be able to protect, stand between danger and the weak in every form, economic, physical, and spiritual. We need to come together, group ourselves, and protect our women. If it comes for us to die for our women, that's what it comes down to. One day we all will die anyway. What are you afraid of? You understand? So there's no more, it's no longer time for excuses, man. Right? So get me 1 John 3 verse 18, man. 1 John 3 verse 18.
Clear as day, I see through the lies.
First John 3,
Structure in my
verse
steps, no.
18. My little children, let us not love in word, neither in tongue, but in deed and in truth.
Right, so the scripture say, my little children, don't love in word and in tongue, but love in deed. Meaning show that you love, bro. It's so much love going on, you know, we love black people, black power, but nothing going on. It's too much like we want hope for our people, but just behind those words are empty actions. So it's time for us, starting with our community, GYC, and starting with every organization, to establish food banks, to establish a refuge, a system to help our women and our children. They are ours. They are our sister. They are our blood. Right? This is our duty to protect our women and our children. So we no longer want empty word. Show yourself a man. That's why the scripture don't say, you know, you are a man. It says, show yourself a man. Right? So it's an action word. Show that you're a man. If we are real men of the Most High, we have to show it. We have to stand up against oppression. We have to stand up in tough time. We have to stand up to help our women and our children and our elders. There must be actions. It's too much empty words. It must be more we have to do for our people. Now, we understand a lot of us, we've gone numb. We've been taught survival, not leadership. A lot of us, we're just trying to survive. We don't care about nobody else but ourselves. Many men carry pain, rejection, and anger. Yes, we know. A lot of you been hurt by a black woman, so you still hurt. All right, you feel like black women are the devil because somebody hurt you. We understand that. So they mock what reminds them of failure. So they mock what reminds them of failure. But real men face their reflection and change it. You see, we understand a lot of you been hurt, and now you're mocking because you see black women are failing because you had a vendetta against them, because they hurt you. But let's take it back. The only reason why black women act the way they act is because we fail as fathers to defend, protect, and educate our women. It all go back. It's our fault, believe it or not. The reason why that girl cheated on you is because we as fathers, we failed. Her fathers failed her. The nation failed her. The men failed her. So today, again, we're still raising daughters to go do the same thing and cheat on another man because we're not doing our due diligence and duties as men. That's all it is. It's the job of the father to ensure that they don't cheat. It's the job of the fathers to make sure that they are raised correctly. So you're going to have to forgive our women for their bad behaviors. Right? But I'm going to show you something. Right? Get me Hosea 4 verse 14, please. I'm going to show you something. Hosea 4 verse 14.
The fires in my soul dominated the world.
The book of
Yeah, I was
Hosea,
a
the book of Hosea 4 verse 14. I will not punish your daughters when they commit whoredom, nor your spouses when they commit adultery, for themselves are separate with whores, and they sacrifice with harlots. Therefore, the people shall that do not understand shall fall.
So let me read it again. It says, I will not punish your daughters when they commit whoredom. You hear that? What the Most High say? I will not punish them when they commit whoredom. Isn't that what's happening? Instead, when they're committing whoredom, the white men give them more money, opportunity to do abortion. They're not getting punished for adultery. In fact, they get rewarded by the system when they commit whoredom. They can commit whoredom, then they can take half of your stuff. But this is the Most High doing. The Most High say, I will not punish your daughters when they commit whoredom, nor your spouses, meaning your wives, when they commit adultery. For you men, for themselves are separate into whore. Because you brothers, you are separate into whores. You love whores and harlots. Isn't that true? How people love harlots? We all up in the club. So when you going around sleeping with women, you're not taking responsibility. You're not marrying these women. You're sleeping with them. When you calling our women whore, who do you think they're whoring with? It's with you again. So our men, when we calling them out whores, they're gonna sell their body for food stamp. It's you again that's gonna turn around and sleep with them. So that's why God say, I will not punish your daughters. In fact, I'll reward them when they commit adultery. Because you as leaders, you treat them like whores. You go around sleeping with them. You don't ensure that they take responsibility. The minute you got some money, you take all the young black women on a yacht somewhere and you waste their lives, man. You waste their youth. And then now you're crying there's no good black women. Who make them not good? It's you black men that go around and sleeping with them. Who else? It's you that give them false promise. You know you have a wife. You're not gonna marry them, but you just wanna sleep with them. You know they got a husband. You still going on their back, giving them good words. Even though the sister say, listen, I'm married. You keep going until she trip and you make her fall. You have that's why the Bible saying the people, it says, therefore your daughter shall commit whoredom and your spouse shall commit adultery, right? Hold up. It says, therefore the people that do not understand shall fall. And this is why we fall as a people, as men, as leaders, because we have no understanding. When we going around and not respecting our women and just want to sleep with anything that have two legs and want to sleep with young women, old women, we don't care, married women, we don't know the consequences of that. All the women gonna become harlot. And then now we're gonna complain there's no virgin. We're gonna complain the women got 100 bodies. Who they're sleeping with? It's you, Negro. It's you they're sleeping with. So we created that harlot society. We create that harlot vibe. We create that harlot culture. Then we complain about it. It's not good. We sleeping with women we have no intention of marrying. Then now we're complaining there's no good women. We're complaining when women hurt you. You're complaining when women, you're so surprised women are committing adultery just like men are. Oh yeah, you're so surprised. Oh, surprise. But who caused them that? Who caused them to do that? Who caused them to be harlot? Did you respect their bodies? Did you respect your commitment, your words, all the nice words you told them? No. None of you cares. And now you wonder why the world is full with harlots. Because you created them, your forefathers. When I say you, all our men, we created that culture. There was a time, I remember when I was in Haiti, if a woman walk around a certain way, all men would run after and be like, man, you can't dress that way. There was a time that we cared about how women condone themselves in society. But no, now we love it. When these women walk with booty short, we whistling, we happy. We talking about shorty look bad and stuff like that. We create that harlotry culture. Now you heard, now you gotta go against black women because one of them break your heart. What did you expect when you created that situation? Can somebody put their hands on an ant nest that they don't bite them? We don't not created that ant nest. Now we're so surprised they're biting. Oh yeah, okay. Right. Don't be hurt. If we don't change our culture, it's gonna be worse. If we're not gonna tell our women put something on, if we're gonna tell our women, listen, stay with your husband. I'm not gonna sleep with you. Respect your body, young sister. I'm willing to help you, but I'm not gonna sleep with you. Unless we men, we create a culture where we cultivate righteous women, there'll always be harlot, and you'll always be hurt. Now to the point where you hate women. We have to start with the righteousness, because we're the leader, we're the light, right? We're gonna wrap up because there's so much to say, but we gotta leave some room for comments, for questions. But let's wrap up right now. Get me Ezekiel 22 verse 30, my brother, and we're gonna close with that. Ezekiel 22 verse 30.
Yeah. Walking like a king, heart steady like a drum. 1 Kings 2:2. That's where I'm coming from. Be strong, stand tall, let the world understand. Wisdom in my veins, gotta show myself a man.
And I saw for a man among them that should make up the ledge, the hedge, and stand in the gap for me, the land that should not destroy it, but I should buy upon none.
Brother, read it again. Take your time so we can and try to speak clearly, because we can't really hear.
And I saw for a man among them that should make up the hedge and stand in the gap before me for the land, that I should not destroy it, but I found none.
You see that? The Bible said, the Most High said, I look for a man among them that will rebuild the hedge. I'm looking for one man that could just go ahead and take that land and close it off, making sure that it's not free, that it's protected. The Bible says, I find not even one. Not even one. That's a shame that God cannot find one man, one single man, one man. And we have so many men with male parts, including me, that the Bible says, the Most High say, I'm looking for one man that could protect, that could create that hedge, that could help our women, that could put food, make sure that our children are okay, make sure our women are okay, make sure our elders are okay. The Bible says I can't find one man. One man. This is beyond crazy how God is saying that he can't find one single man to reestablish the hedge. Can you believe? This is unbelievable. So basically what the Bible is saying, every single one of them are weak. None of them can stand up and help the nation. None of them can do anything. They're all just good talk. But when it comes to actually take credible actions, decisive action, nobody is here to do it. It's just a bunch of talk, a bunch of men talking about what they could have done, what should have been done, and criticizing, but none of them are willing to take responsibility to actually fix situations and fix problems. So we have to remind every man, you are not worthless though. You are chosen to lead. Although right now you're in a state you're not. Right? But remember your role, that you are chosen to lead. Our women, our children are waiting for us to reclaim our divine role. We can rebuild what's broken. It starts today. We have to start at some point. We have to come together and take decisions. Not just good lessons like this, but it has to come to something concrete. We have to be like, okay, brothers, let's come together. Let's see what we can do to help our women in crisis. Let's create plans in case there's a crisis, how we can help. Not just talk a lot, man. Not just criticizing, but help. That's what matters. As the Bible says, we are the light of the world. A city set on a hill cannot be hid. If we are the light, we have to show our men the way. We are in the Strongmen Club. We have to show our men the way. We are not bystanders to our people suffering. We are the watchmen. Every mockery, every laugh at our sister's pain is a reminder that our post has been left empty. It's time for the men of Israel to return to our duty, to stand, to lead, and rebuild our house. So on that, all praise to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushai. We do hope all of you listen to this lesson and learn. So brothers, starting with us on WhatsApp, first of all, what do you think of that situation where black men are laughing at our women in that situation? What can you say on that? And then we got like 2 more questions. We're going to wrap up. So we basically got 6 minutes left. Let's make it count. Let's go as quick as we can. What do you guys think of this situation where black men are mocking at black women in that situation?
If I can say something, I think really the root of the problem, we have forgotten that the root of the problem began in the family, right? And if the family was right, we build the structure right, then women wouldn't have to depend on the government for food stamp, for anything like that. And at the end, we wouldn't have to be laughing at them. Case in point, for example, I see something that happened where the hurricane that had impacted Haiti, Jamaica. There's a family where a lot of the people in a single household have died, and there was no men there. So the children end up dying, and I don't think the wife survived, but some of the kids end up dying. But there was no men to help out with saving the kids. So we see that it's a significant problem. Now let me read the book of Joshua. Joshua 24 verse 15. He says, "And if it seem evil unto you to serve the Most High, choose you this day whom you will serve, whether the gods which your fathers served when you were on the other side of the flood, or the gods of the Amorites in whose land ye dwell. But as for me and my house, we will serve the Most High." So if we really start serving the Most High and keep the commandments and build strong, righteous household, and everyone does the same thing, then we're going to have a strong and righteous nation. And so the same mistakes that we have been making, we won't be making them in the future. And yes, the fact that the sisters, they have to depend on government for food stamp is a sign that as men, we haven't taken leadership. And that leadership means to step up and have full control over our household, have full control over in providing and protecting for our families, for our children, for our wife. So that's a sign that we haven't done that. And so it's I would say it's a sad thing, but at the same time, it's not surprising. It's a sad thing because the sisters, they shouldn't be depending on food stamp. And if there's no food stamp, everybody's panicking. But it's not surprising because we see among our people, it's becoming the trend now for everybody to be depending on food stamp. And then the brothers, a lot of brothers actually doing good financially, but those sisters, they're struggling. And if without food stamp, they're not going to be able to survive. So, as men, we need to step up, make sure we take control of household, make sure we provide for our family, and not be the one laughing at our sisters' demise when in fact it's our responsibility in the first place to make sure they are doing fine.
All praises. Anybody else? What do you think of this situation, man? That whole week, that thing hurt me to the bone. So I don't know how you guys feel about that, man. This is horrendous situation here, especially when we talk about Jamaica. And again, we, where's the Israelites? Where's all these groups, religious groups? Where's the churches? Where are we in this situation to help out? But when it comes to criticizing and stuff like that, we're ready to do that. But where's the help when we need it the most? So anyone else want to say something on that? Any brother, come on. If we're doing that, let's do that now. And the next question I have, meanwhile, you guys loading, it's what can we do as a people to improve that situation?
I've seen this.
Go ahead, brother Yashar.
Us men hurt our females, betray them, kill them, abuse them, stole for them, kill them, and they act like they're the female fall.
Right. It's horrendous. Right? It's horrendous, man. So the next question is what can we do, brothers? That's my last question. What can we do as a community, as men in these last days to really help out and change those things, man? Brother Sardi.
Shalom, shalom.
Shalom, man.
The first thing we could do is get back to the law, statute, and commandments, and obeying the will of the Father, because the Bible has a plan for women and men. So if we as the men who have been left to be the heads of the home, to the prophets that carried the message, if we become the men that we are supposed to be and the light of the world, we can shine light in dark places, and we can raise the young men. Even with these lessons is already started on things that could be done. Get the message out and get these brothers that are mistreating the women, that are learning the ways of the world, and just change their mindset and get them back on track with the law, statute, and commandments.
Khan, all praises. Anyone else? What can we do in this moment to help in our nation, help our sisters, help set up preventative measures, right, to help out? Anybody else? So we can wrap up.
Yeah, as I mentioned before, the change began at home, and oftentimes, you may have, for example, your wife and your children. You spend a whole week, you never spend a little bit of time to go over the scriptures. You never spend a little time to teach them the laws and statutes and the commandments. I think this is the beginning of it. You have to really go back and teach them the righteousness of the Most High. If you personally, you've already seen so many changes in your life, the wisdom that you have acquired, how you respond to situations, all of that shows you that the laws that the Most High have given us, they work, right? So in turn, you're going to have to teach your wife, teach your kids. That way, they will do the same thing. And so why is it a lot of black women are single? Why is it a lot of black women are in footsteps? Because there's no men in the house. Why is it there's no men in the house? Because those men were not taught to take care of their wives, but also those females, they're not taught to respect and honor their husband and submit to their husband. They're not taught those knowledge. So in both sides is the lack of knowledge is the problem. The knowledge was not passed down. I mean, we keep saying, man, the older generation, they had a lot of knowledge. But guess what? The older generation didn't pass it to that generation, and now this generation is all jacked up. So we need to fix that. We need to start teaching that knowledge. We need to start living by example, not just teaching, but we live it. When the kids at home, they see how mommy treat daddy, making sure she take care of him, and in turn, daddy's always at work providing for the family. That's what they're gonna do. They're gonna repeat the same thing. Daddy's always out here protecting the family. Wait till I call my daddy. That's what the kids always say, right? So it's the same thing that's gonna happen in the future. So we just have to use the knowledge that we've acquired through the scriptures and then pass it on to them.
All praises, Khan, all praises, and I want to thank everyone that show up to that lesson. Remember to take your time, subscribe, and pass on the teaching. Go on your Facebook right now and share it. Pass the knowledge on, because as we're talking about passing the knowledge, this is what we're trying to do in the Strongmen Club, man. Before we die, we're trying to give something to the next generation. So we do hope that...
Are you there?
Oh, sorry about that. Yes, as we were saying, as we... Please share the video, pass it on. All praise to the Most High for everyone that comes out. Remember to subscribe. Remember to share the video to somebody. Let people find the knowledge. As we aging, you know, someone, the youth may take over and continue the mission, because the work is a lot, but there's few laborers. So all praise to the Most High. Shalom to everyone. Thank you for participating.
Shalom, shalom.
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 Made us leaders, the design's divine. So we building up the fam one brick at a time. Strong minds build kingdoms, no cracks in the throne. Wise man stands firm, even when he's alone. They hate to see us rise, but the fire's in my soul, dominating the world. Yeah, I will set the goal. Blood of kings in my veins, unshakable force. Guided by the scriptures, I'm staying the course. Without strong men, no family can thrive. We the backbone of the world, keeping hope alive. Yeah.